Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on the Fork. Today we have such an exciting show as we're making what I consider to be the ultimate vegetarian pasta. We're talking spaghetti with white bean meatballs. And let me tell you, this is not your typical pasta dish. This is the next level in goodness, as it's filled with so many simple yet delicious flavors, easy to make, where there's no tricky techniques or expensive equipment needed. And the best part, it's all done in a little over 30 minutes. Folks, serve this pasta next to a garden salad and a bottle of Spanish red wine, more specifically from the region of Jumilla, can have yourself a fabulous meal. Alright, let's just jump right into this. I'm going to drain 1 can of white beans into a colander and rinse the beans under some water. Size of the can that I'm using is 15.5 ounces, which is 440 grams. Then we'll shake off any of the excess water, transfer the beans into a large bowl. And using a potato masher or a large fork, we'll mash down on the beans until they're well mashed. Once the beans are well mashed, we'll add in 1/3 cup of plain breadcrumbs, which is 45 grams. Crack in 1 large egg. Add in 1/4 cup of chopped onion, which is about 35 grams. 1 clove of garlic that's been roughly chopped. 2 tablespoons of chopped parsley, which is about 8 grams. And 1/2 teaspoon of ground cumin, which is 1.5 grams. Then we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll mix the ingredients together. Once everything is well mixed, we'll push down on the mixture until we end up with a paste-like texture. This is to ensure that all the ingredients are well bound together. That way, once we cook the white bean meatballs, they don't fall apart and they hold their shape. To shape the meatballs, we'll grab a spoonful of the mixture and squeeze it in our hands. Once again, this is just to ensure that all the ingredients are well bound together. And then we'll shape it into a ball about the size of a golf ball. And if you see that your mixture is too wet to work with, add in some more breadcrumbs. And vice versa, if it's too dry, add in some whisked egg. Once all the white bean meatballs have been assembled, let's start cooking them up. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat. And add in 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, which is 60 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here. It is the base fat of the dish and what truly flavors the ingredients. Make sure you get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. After a couple minutes and the oil is nice and hot, we'll add in the white bean meatballs. You want to make sure they're on a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we're going to go for about 8 to 10 minutes on the white bean meatballs or until they're golden fried all around. In the meantime, let's start getting the water ready to cook the pasta. I'm going to fill a stock pot with some water. You want to go to a little over the halfway point. Then we'll season generously with sea salt and heat it with a high heat. And we'll also reserve 8 ounces of spaghetti, which is 225 grams. For this recipe, you can use whatever pasta you like, but I tell you, the spaghetti works perfectly with this tomato sauce. Alright, let's move back to the white bean meatballs. After 8 to 10 minutes and they're golden fried, we'll remove them from the pan and set them aside. Now, using the same pan with the same heat, let's make the tomato sauce. I'm going to add in 1 small onion that I finely chopped and 4 cloves of garlic that I roughly chopped. And we'll mix the ingredients around continuously, that way they don't brown too quickly and it all evenly sautés. After about 4 minutes and the onions are slightly translucent, I'm going to add in a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, which is 425 grams. This is similar to passata. We'll also add in a 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes, which is also 425 grams. 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram. And 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, which is a little over 1/2 gram. And then we'll season with sea salt, freshly cracked black pepper, and just a kiss of white sugar to get the acid from the tomatoes. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together. Once everything is well mixed, we'll add in the white bean meatballs back into the pan, once again in a single layer and evenly spaced out. And we'll give each one a gentle flip, that way they're fully coated in all that goodness. And then we'll add in 1 sprig of fresh basil and lower the fire to a low heat. While tomato sauce and the white bean meatballs are simmering, let's move back to the stock pot. Once the water comes to a boil, we'll add in the spaghetti. And we're going to cook it until it's just al dente. Important to check the package instructions in the pasta you're using, that way you cook it right on the money. And you don't have to mix this continuously, but do get it every 1 to 2 minutes. That way the pasta doesn't stick together and it all evenly cooks. Once the spaghetti is just cooked al dente, we'll transfer it directly from the stock pot into the pan with the tomato sauce and the white bean meatballs. And it's okay if a little of that starchy water goes in there. It's only going to enhance the textures and flavors of the sauce. Then we'll turn off the heat and give it a gentle mix until it's well mixed together. And once again, remember to be gentle here, otherwise you can easily break the white bean meatballs apart. Then we'll transfer some of the pasta into a serving dish. Then top it off with a kiss of grated cheese. I'm using a Spanish manchego, but you can use whatever cheese you like. And some fresh basil. Check it out, our spaghetti with white bean meatballs is done. Easy to make, basic heart-healthy ingredients, and all done in a little over 30 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Once again, folks, the ultimate vegetarian pasta. As you know, I'm a huge fan of pasta, so this I cannot wait to try. Moment of truth, here we go. Now try one of the white bean meatballs. This right here is out of this world good. It is off the hook. Again, the ultimate vegetarian pasta. Spaghetti's beautifully cooked. It's got a nice bite to it. The tomato sauce has such a perfect balance of flavors. You know, those simple white bean meatballs, taking this to the next level. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, next to a garden salad and a bottle of Spanish red wine from the beautiful region of Jumilla, you're gonna have yourself a fabulous meal. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Grace Suarez, Alan M. Hirschman, Jean, and Maybeth Robles. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoy today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.